Hi guys, welcome to another video. So today I'm going to show you how you can be able to solve this question. I hope that you'll definitely enjoy the video, and if you did, please subscribe so that we can actually be together throughout the year. So I decided to come with this particular question because I know that most people are actually struggling with such questions. So we have a linear graph and another linear graph that are the axis of symmetry of the function f of x, right? So when they say that the two lines are the axis of symmetry, you have to think about the asymptote of the given function, right? That will be helpful because now these will definitely give you the the indication that in order for you to get the value of P and also the value of Q, you have to actually utilize them. Let me show you how you can be able to do that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is that P will definitely be the value that affects the x-axis, and then the Q will be the one that affects the y-axis. But we don't actually care much about that. Let's focus on the lines that we are actually given, and they are actually linear equations, we can say. So I'll start by doing the following so that you can actually comprehend how this works. So, okay, this is actually my y here, and I can come here and say that q, right, is equals to negative. So if you check here, this is negative x, and when we take our p out of this equation, the p will definitely be a negative, and then that will be negative p, right? So that minus 7, right? So with this, we can come down here and say negative times negative, then this will give us q, which is equals to p minus 7. So this is actually our first or maybe second equation. We can just say that this is actually our first equation, and with that first equation we are going to solve for p and q, right? So I'll go to the other equation and say that we have y, which is our q. Let me change the color for you guys. So we have the following. We have q, which is equals to, and then we're gonna take this, and this will definitely be negative, remember, negative p, and then the plus of 1. And then after that, I'm going to do what? To take p to the other side, and then this will be q, the plus of p, which is equals to 1. So now we can actually say that we have two equations, and this can be our equation 2, right? So if we say that we're taking 1 into equation 2, in order for us to solve for q and p. So now let's say that 1 is to 2, right? So then now I'll just say q, which is p minus 7, right? Then the plus of p is equals to 1, right? So then now we have to take this to the other side, but if you check, you'll see that this will plus this, and then you're going to get 2p, right? And then minus 7, the minus of 1 will give you or maybe let's take this to the other side, because we are going to do that at the end. So let's take this to the other side, and that will be 7 plus 1, and then you're gonna get 8, right? So this is equals to 8, and then we are going to divide both sides by 2 so that we can actually cancel this one, and then here we are going to get p is equals to 4. And if you check, you will see that p is equal to 4 as given. And then with this, we can actually go on the side and say that What about q? How can we get q? But remember, we do have the equation for q here, so we don't have to even waste our time, but go straight to this one and take 4 into it, right? So this means that q is equals to 4 minus 7, and which is equals to -3. So now we are done with that question for 4 marks. There is no way you can be able to fail this, or else you can also see the answers as given, right? So I want you to know that there is another way, you know, there is another way where you can be able to do this, using the two equations. Let's try that as well. So the best thing to do is to ensure that this linear equation is equal to the other one. So x plus 1 is equals to negative x minus 7, right? So if you check, you'll be able to solve for x. Let's take this to the other side. We are going to get the positive x, that will be 2x, and then we take 1 to the other side, will be negative, and then minus 8. And then divide both sides by 2, and then that will give us what? Negative 4 for our x, right? So then our x is equals to negative 4, right? So remember, when you have your x as negative 4, when you plug it back, it will change to a plus. Remember that in terms of the linear equations. Let's take this into one of the equations. So let's take this one, okay, just to get the y value. Y, I don't like that. Y is equals to negative into negative 4, which will be positive, and then negative 7. And then this will equal what? This will be positive. 4 minus 7 will definitely give us a negative 3. Negative 3 will definitely be our y, and then that will be our y. And then now you know that your equation will be as follows. F of x, which is equals to negative 2 all over x, and then this will be the plus of 4, and then the negative 3 here. So that will definitely be the case, minus 3. Don't like the way I structured it. Let me rewrite it in a way, because I really prefer clean area in a way. So as I said, that will definitely be as follows. F of x, which is equals to negative 2 all over x plus 4, and then minus 3. So this will be our hyperbola, or hyperbola. I don't really know how to even pronounce it, because at our school they used to say it's hyperbola. Some they will say hyperbola or something. So please bear with me on that. So this will definitely be our equation, where a is negative 2, and then our q negative 3, and then our p positive 4, right? So let's continue to our next question and see how we can be able to solve it. So our next question says that calculate the intercept of f, and this will be the equation. So that means that we can now say that where maybe our f of x or y is equal to 0, what will happen to our equation? So we're going to say 0 is equal to negative 2 all over x, the plus 4 minus 3, right? Let's take this to the other side. 3 is equals to negative 2 all over x plus 4. So remember the cross multiplication. So we can cross multiply now with x plus 4, right? And then this will cancel this. And then we're going to have 3 into x plus 4, which is equals to negative 2, right? And then with that, it means that now we can try to multiply the 3 times x. So that will give us what? 3x, right? The plus of 448,412, and then which is equals to negative 2. So now I don't actually have a space, but I just want to take this to the other side, and then we'll be left with 3, right? So let me just create an area here and say, okay, 12 to the other side will give us 3x, which is equals to negative 14, right? And then now we're going to divide both sides by 3, and then this will kill this, and then this side we are going to get negative 14 all over 3. So this is actually our x-intercept. This is actually our x-intercept that they are actually looking for. So with this, we know that where y is equal to 0, then our x is equal to negative 14 all over 3, right? So I'm going to sketch the graph, because they want us to sketch the graph, and we already know the asymptotes. So it means that now we can be able to sketch the graph. So I'll just go and say this is my y-axis, and then this is my x-axis. So we have our negative 3 for y, and that will be maybe somewhere here, and then we have our negative 4, which will be somewhere here. Negative 4 for x, right, will be somewhere here, right? And then I'm going to say that this will be our asymptote, right? And then here as well. This is our first quadrant, this is our second, this is our third, and then this is our fourth. And remember that when a is negative, so then our graph will be somewhere here and also somewhere down here, right? So but if it's positive, then that will be the first and the third quadrant. Please make sure that you do understand that as well. Okay, so we do have the x, which is equals to 14 all over 3 as a negative, so that will be x. So I just want to see where we can be able to get that, right? So negative, just 14 actually, divide by 3, this will give us what? 4,6. Let's just say 4,6. So 4,6 as a negative for x, it will be somewhere here, somewhere 4.6, somewhere here, right, for our x. So it's more than 4, but somewhere here, see, meaning that our equation now will just look like this. I don't know if I'll be able to draw it accordingly, but remember that the equation, let me change the color to green. The equation will just come from, so maybe let's say somewhere here. It won't actually touch the asymptote. It will just go like this, you see. It will just go like this, and then the other one will definitely be down here where there is a y, but we don't actually have the y value. So let's try to get it. Y to 0 is equal to negative 2 all over 0, and then remember that here we have what? We have I just want to take this and place, there was 4, right? Yes, I think it was 4, and then negative 3, and then this will definitely give us what? This will be half, negative half, minus 3. Let me try to press the calculator. So then here we're going to get a half, which is negative 2 all over 4. This will give us a half, obviously, minus 3, and then this will be negative 3.5. So let's go to the graph and try to get negative 3.5, which is negative. So I'll just say somewhere here, right? And then now with the graph, we know that the graph will go like this, right? Right? And then we just turn like this downwards. Yes, hope that you do understand. So this will definitely be our value, and then we'll just be done with the sketch of this particular graph. As they said, sketch the graph of f and then clearly label all intercepts with the axis and also the asymptotes. So this will be the this will definitely be the first asymptote, and then this one, and then this will be the graph, and then this will be the graph. And then you know that we'll just come here and say we have a 0, and then this will definitely be negative 3.5, and then you go to the other side and then make sure that you have the zero, you know, and then with the negative, 14 over 3. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed the video and I've elucidated everything according to your standards. Thank you.